Hello everyone and welcome back to a new YouTube video. The topic of today is how did I land a UK visa sponsorship job without any experience and without any UK experience and how you can do the same. You see, many of us, we moved from abroad, from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, or wherever you're from, we moved to the UK as freshers without any experience. We might have done some internships, we might have not done any internships, and we moved to the UK. And obviously, we're very ambitious individuals and we want to land a visa sponsorship job. And while doing our bachelor's or while doing our master's, we're thinking, how do I land a job? Every job description keeps asking for experience. Everyone's saying, get this experience, get that experience, but how do I actually land that job? Look, this is what I did, right? While I was doing my master's, the first thing I made sure to do was make sure you're extremely involved in the different extracurricular activities at your university. First thing was is that I took part in different societies, managed to get leadership roles and put that on my CV as UK experience. That's one way. The second way that you can do it through the university is by joining, because if you're a student ambassador, whether it's a paid role or unpaid role, you're still working and gaining that leadership experience, and then you can put on your CV. The third thing that I did was all the projects that I was doing my modules. I was essentially putting it on my CV as leadership experience. For example, I was doing a degree in project management, and I basically said that I led a team of XYZ individuals, and I described the project that we were doing. I put my role as a project manager, put in brackets unpaid or placement, or that it's a volunteer position. Show it on your CV. When you go in the interview, describe it as if it's work experience, and it does really well. That's three ways that you can do it directly through university. Now, if you talk about the other different ways, you think of it like this, is that your job is to get UK experience without actually doing any work experience. So the other stuff that you can basically do is go do part-time jobs that are relevant to your field or non-relevant to your field, as long as it's UK based experience. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to go and do a security job and say like, oh, you have got UK experience, let me put it on your CV. Security experience is not going to help. What's going to help is if the role is customer based. For example, if you're working in retail, if you're working in hospitality, if you're working in a restaurant, those type of roles are pretty good. It's because they actually show that you've dealt with customers, and then that directly translates into you helping out clients in the future. So that's a pretty good, decent thing that you can put. The other one is that if you're applying to, let's say, procurement, supply chain, then working in a warehouse is good. Otherwise, working in a warehouse is not that great because it's not going to give you those transferable soft skills to put on your CV. But if you're going for roles within maybe project management, procurement, supply chain, then it's all right to put, and you should be putting it anyways. The other way that you can basically show UK experience is basically by doing job simulations online. You might not have heard of these websites, but the first one is really Bright Network. They've got these virtual days and virtual internships that they do. They're completely free to do. Have a look at them. The other thing is job simulations through Forage, which is basically they partner up with major firms like PwC, Deloitte, Bain and Company, McKinsey and Co, and they do these job simulations. They're like 1 hour to 10 hours long, really depending on which one you pick. You learn a new skill and you can do the job simulation. So it really helps a lot. And it adds a bit of more UK based experience on your CV so that you can stand a chance and build those skills to show to the employer. So that's another way that you can basically show UK experience on your CV. All the ways that I've currently mentioned work really well only if you talk about it properly. If you don't talk about it properly, then it gets really hard because ideally you don't want to go and do something or go and learn something and then not have the ability to talk about it properly on your CV. That's essentially when your CV writing skills come in demand. And just to mention, I do run a coaching program under the name TGN. And essentially, we help international students land visa sponsored jobs through our programs. So if you do want to get in touch with me and learn more about how I can coach you and mentor you personally, and just message me on Instagram, mentor me, and we'll have a chat. Now, moving on, the other couple of ways that you really have to build UK experience is essentially by volunteering. Now, there's two ways. One way is by going to local startups that are based in London, Birmingham, or Manchester, reaching out to their founders and doing unpaid work so that you can learn that certain skill. The other way is by doing volunteer roles within your field for a certain period of time. If you volunteer with local startups or local SMEs, then you can build that UK experience. Bear in mind, all of this will be either volunteer or unpaid work. So obviously, have a part-time job that pays your bills as well. The other way that you can do is work remotely by doing freelance work, whether it's through Fiverr, Upwork, or whatever it is. Do that type of work, put on your CV, and show it as a contract role. When it comes to showing UK work experience, you have that to show. It's super important that you do that because it's actually going to help you build that UK experience, build those skills, put it on your CV, and you'll do really well. Make sure that you have that ready to go. Make sure you put it on your CV, and you're going to have that skill set.